the NCAA Championship Trophy, an award that is proudly showcased here at the University of Louisville. Hi, everyone. I'm Jim Nance, and welcome to a doubleheader of college basketball action. Today, we feature 4 teams in hot pursuit of this trophy. First, you'll be seeing 6th-ranked Pitt at 11th-ranked Oklahoma. That'll be followed by Louisville hosting 5th-rated Purdue. I'll see you back here at halftime, but right now, let's take you to Norman, Oklahoma for the start of a doubleheader day of college basketball action here on CBS.
Oklahoma for today's game between the 6th-ranked Pitt Panthers and the Sooners, ranked 11th in the nation. And hello again, everybody. I'm Tim Brandt along with Bill Raftery, and I think we have an interesting matchup for you today. 2 teams that are sure to be in the tournament come springtime. And I think, Bill, that these coaches will use this game almost like a measuring stick to see how good they really are.
Forget about football. 4th day out here. Yes, they know where they are, and they're comfortable in their conference. This is a national game. Both coaches are interested in being #1 in the country.
I think one of the keys will be how Pittsburgh can handle that Oklahoma pressure defense.
Well, Mookie Blaylock leads the country in steals. Alongside him, Ricky Grace with 52. It's a heck of a backcourt combination with their pressure. But last year in the NCAA in Tucson, Pittsburgh turned it over 16 times on their way to their 3-point loss. But the key right now, how the freshman guards handle this pressure. They played well against Georgetown. You see they averaged 4 a game. Sean Miller only had 1 against Georgetown. But this is a different type of pressure out here at Oklahoma.
You know, we have 2 of the nation's great shot blockers here. Pittsburgh's All-American Charles Smith and Stacey King for Oklahoma. But I think the rebounding is going to be a key. You've got Jerome Lane, one of the best, and of course you've got Harvey Grant here for Oklahoma.
Well, Harvey Grant's not like you. He's a slasher. Goes quick to the basketball. Of course, 4th in the country. And Jerome Lane, known last year, the national rebounding champion, as a position player, a power forward. So very key how they perform.
All right, Billy, we're just about set. Pittsburgh and Oklahoma. We'll be back with the starting lineups and the opening tip-off right after this.
CBS Sports presents college basketball. Today's game between the Pittsburgh Panthers and the Oklahoma Sooners is sponsored by Domino's Pizza. Domino's Pizza delivers hot, fresh-baked pizza in 30 minutes or less. The heartbeat of America, today's Chevrolet. And by American Airlines, something special in the air.
A sellout crowd at the Lloyd Noble Center here in Oklahoma, and they are having some kind of fun. Take a look at the starting lineups. Paul Evans, now the 11th coach at Pittsburgh in his 2nd full season with the Panthers, his 400th game today. His starting lineup, Jerome Lane, we talked about him, outstanding rebounder along with Demetrius Gore. In the middle, the All-American Charles Smith. Now the front court we talked about, here's the backcourt. They're both freshmen, Sean Miller and Jason Matthews. Jarrell Porter will also come in quickly, and he's a freshman as well. Billy Tubbs now in his 8th year here in Norman. He's had 6 straight 20-win seasons, 6 straight NCAA tournament appearances. His starting lineup, Grant and Seeger. In the middle will be Stacey Sky King. And in the backcourt, of course, you've got the transfers from the junior college, Mookie Blaylock and Amazing Grace. And we're ready to begin here. A test for both teams. A shaky tip controlled by the Panthers.
The refs have to get used to this size, too. This game will be played above the rim.
This is the freshman, picked up his dribble earlier than he wanted to.
Man-to-man pressure, Oklahoma.
Lane, nice pass down deep, but it goes by. I'm not sure Demetrius Gore was looking for.
Well, they run a little bump down there. Charles Smith on the box, and Gore runs his man off, and Demetrius didn't look for the ball.
No, it was a good idea to find pass. He just wasn't paying attention. This is Grace now. Goes left side to Grant.
Man-to-man Pitt as well.
Ball's loose. Mookie goes and gets it back for the Sooners.
Touched by Gore.
This should be an up-tempo game. Get it down to King. King working on Smith. Backs it in.
Much improved. 2 years ago, very limited. Now he's an offensive threat and has noted a heck of a shot blocker. Now Miller in the corner with the trap, lifted the arm.
Offensive foul on Pittsburgh. It'll be Sean Miller. That's his first personal for the Panthers.
He's more mature than your normal freshman, though. He's a kid who's been all over the country, made appearances with his ball handling wizardry, and obviously has gotten used to the Big East.
Coached by his dad in high school. Matter of fact, when practice would end, he'd have Sean stay out and practice three-pointers, the college range three-pointers. This is Grant for three. Wow. High rebound controlled by Smith.
Harvey's man beat
Miller. Outlet pass. This time they're looking for Gore, and there's going to be a whistle and a foul. And I believe it'll be on Grace.
At that time, the long shot. Harvey not used to that distance. He was looking at the bench. He's got a problem today. He's going to try and impress his brother, he told me. And he's getting all the attention up in Chicago. He's going to show him a few things.
Played at Clemson.
That's an advantage to Smith out there.
This is for two.
Yeah, Stacy used to playing on the box. Charles Smith really a forward, forced to play center at Pitt.
We're tied at 2. Oklahoma and Pittsburgh. Seeger. His three-point shot won't drop. Rebound by Pitt, but they lose it out of bounds. It'll be Oklahoma ball.
I tell you see a lot of basketball. Both these clubs attack the glass in a tough fashion. They're physical, and they all can get up.
Turnaround by King is blocked by Smith. The outlet pass. Gore again on the breakaway. Grace is with him. Double pump. Can't hit it.
Great job defensively by Oklahoma.
Both teams look tight early.
Chuck and duck.
Air ball for Blaylock.
They'll come down and let it go.
Gore knocks it out. It'll be Oklahoma ball.
What this does to your offense, the way Oklahoma plays, is you have to take excellent shots so you have the balance to get back and protect.
Billy Tubb said he'd like to see his team score 90 points in one half this year.
And 2 in the game. That's a pretty play. That's a high-low sequence. And Stacey King able to deliver that pass. And down on the box, Harvey Grant sealed off.
Easy bucket for Grant. 4-2 Sooners. This is Miller working on Blaylock. He'll fire from three-point range if he has the opening. This is Smith. Jerome Lane, nice pass to Matthews. Matthews has his shot blocked by Grant.
Jerome Lane's got to punish the inside people by becoming more offensive-minded. It was a good kick to Jason Matthews, and of course the ensuing block, but Lane has to take over a little bit.
Charles Smith starting to be assertive.
King can't play him away from the basket.
Now the tempo picks up.
Jason Matthews down on the baseline with the bump, but they will punish you after a score. Jason Matthews, look at everybody converging. Harvey Grant. Of course, a couple of years ago, I happened to have a game when he was at Clemson with his brother. I still haven't gotten them right.
17:25 remaining first half. We're tied at 4. King, turnaround, bounces it in.
Here's the pressure now. Sean Miller takes it out. They'll attack it if it's there, or they'll play slow if it isn't.
High pass to Smith. He helps out on that press. Miller gets it back now. Bad pass, turns it over.
What a break.
Seeger was out of bounds.
Wasn't that a heads-up play, though? Anticipation. Seeger, and then the slap down the floor.
I thought it was interesting, Billy, that you mentioned the 16 first-half turnovers that Pitt had against Oklahoma in the tournament last year.
I think it's a little sounder backcourt. Nice look. That's a play that Billy Tubbs worked on defending in practice, and execution there by Pitt.
Grace tries left side. He may have been fouled by Miller, and he was. That'll be Miller's second personal.
Yeah, Sean's going to be tested with his foot speed. He's going to have to move laterally and get in position. Of course, the inbounds pass, you see the little backdoor cut by Lane. Good heads-up play. Found Harvey Grant sleeping.
We're tied at 6. This is Seeger. Oklahoma in white. Get it down to Grant.
A little shove from the back, but they got a walk as well. A break there.
Good-looking collapsing zone that time by the Panthers.
Now here's their half set. We'll talk about the different offenses.
2-on-1. The numbers are there. Gore takes it himself. Misses the dunk, but he's fouled by King.
Demetrius. Of course, Mr. Michigan and Chansey, he can play a little bit, troubled by a bad ankle, but here's the inbounds pass now. This is their hash play where the forwards bust down along the sideline and the guards break the floor. Here Gore showing some aggressive basketball.
Stacey King's first personal. Gore at the line. Demetrius Gore, 79% free throw shooter.
They call him meats, makes it easier. Demetrius takes too long. You miss a few plays.
He has an innovative style. 107 assists last year. Outstanding leaper.
I think the key thing now is for Miller not to get number 3. Pat Cavanaugh, a steady player, but certainly a drop-off from Miller's play.
Blaylock.
Sean's got to stay in the game.
Tied at 8. Good pressure. Nice pass. 3-on-2. Smith doesn't take it. Instead, waits for the freshman.
Not a bad pressure release, having a 6'10" man meet the ball. Good jump.
Matthews tried to set the pick. It wasn't very effective.
I'll tell you something about Billy Tubbs. You and I saw they worked hard on defense. Nice look. The bump by Smith. Gore, same play as earlier, only saw the ball this time.
Gore almost waited too long. That's 4 points now for Demetrius Gore.
Yeah, you have to make quick decisions against Oklahoma.
Blaylock looks for the 3. Instead, gives it up to Seeger. This is Grace for 3.
He'll do what he has to help this team, Ricky.
A lot of people say at times Oklahoma will give up the easy basket to come back and get 3.
Well, Seeger is showing great pursuit of the basketball. 3 step-ins. Yeah, they'll give up one to get a couple. You're right.
With 15:47 remaining in the first half, there's timeout on the floor, so we'll take one as well with our score. Oklahoma 11, Pitt 10. At practice yesterday, Paul Evans was telling us he didn't want to get into a run and gun shoot with the Sooners.
We want to do the same things we have to do in our conference to win games there. So we can't change our style. We can't all of a sudden be in a 95, 100-point ball game and not control the tempo. We still have to control the tempo. We still have to do what we can do well, and it's not run up and down for 40 minutes.
Pittsburgh right now, Bill, is shooting 67% from the field. Oklahoma 56%. Oklahoma's 1 for 4 from the 3-point range.
See, the pressure is trying to entice Pitt to go over the top and go to the goal, which it's tough to control players unless you philosophize one way or the other. Pitt doing both, and it's very hard at times.
Matthews' first shot, and he hits it. Gives Pittsburgh a 1-point lead. 12-11, 15:29 remaining first half. Tim Brandt and Bill Raftery with you from Norman, Oklahoma. Mookie Blaylock looks down at King. King's turnaround. Nice follow by Seeger.
And Grant and Lane went at it off the ball. They're going to King. Charles Smith trying not to foul. They cannot. Pitt play without him. So somewhat tentative. He's got to be a little more aggressive. Good job here.
Beat the trap. This is Miller. Looks down deep. Again, it's Lane.
Good non-call as well. Sean Miller with good recognition. They love to get him the ball and make the judgments.
Lane now has 4 points. He only averages 11 per game. This is Seeger.
He's rushing them. He's much better against the zone. They got the push-off. Harvey Grant had pushed Jerome Lane earlier. This time he's tagged with it.
That'll be Grant's first personal.
Some character, isn't he? Billy Tubbs.
He is.
Oh, his humor is such. He makes believe he doesn't pronounce names right, doesn't know what you're talking about. 2 outspoken guys.
I was just going to say Paul Evans, too.
Oh,
being around these guys in practice this week was really fun. 3 team fouls now for Oklahoma. Again, there's a 3-on-1. Lane with a power move.
Well, now the press got them to take the quick shot. They're making good judgments now. They're not getting back.
Seeger gets away with a walk, scores on the Snowbird.
Of course, if you don't get back or run back and see the basketball against Oklahoma, you're going to pay for it.
Miller, good outlet pass. Again, it's Lane. Now the number's up there. He takes it anyway. The left-hander won't drop.
Great use of the dribble.
Rebound Sooners. Blaylock.
Nice play. Matthews didn't come up with it.
Oklahoma ball.
This is a good Oklahoma team. I thought with Tisdale they were real good. Here they're strong. They're deeper, I believe. We'll see some of their players as the game goes on.
Grant with the jumper. Bill Grant has just made that jumper, and Oklahoma now is 8 for 14, while Pitt is shooting 7 of 10 from the field.
Of course, the key is how they handle the press for Pitt. game, set. They're really running it beautifully. That is good.
Somebody's going to have to drop down low and start helping on the baseline.
Well, the man playing the center has to step out, and of course that time it was Stacey King.
Rebound is Gore. Taken back by King. Ball's loose. Both teams now just getting warmed up, I think, Bill.
Oh, bad play. Lane thought he couldn't pick it up. He had just missed dribble.
Gore. 2017 Pittsburgh, excuse me.
Paul Evans doesn't like to go up and down, but that's the kind of game we have.
This is for 3.
Nice.
Look at that. Blaylock really got up, and Grant scored.
Well, that's why they like Grant inside. Get anything loose, and of course off the glass. Miller can't see the floor over Grant. That's a problem.
This time the Sooners drop back.
Pretty good ball handler, Jerome.
I was just going to say, you know, there's the guy that led the nation last year in rebounds, and he can handle the ball. Drop pass down to Smith, looks back outside. Gore now penetrates.
They had Jason Matthews at the elbow, and now a cheap foul. A nickel dimer by Demetrius Gore. Here's the play they've run 3 or 4 times effectively, Pittsburgh. They'll use the bump off the center. See Lane, they cleared out the backside. Here's the cut to the open side of the floor. Excellent pass, easy goal for Gore.
First personal on Gore. He has 8 points. He'll go sit down now. Nate Bailey, a transfer from Navy, will come in and replace Gore.
Of course, with Brooken ineligible, Bailey has to perform.
Some of the other scores around the country starting to come in now. Here in Norman, 2019, Pittsburgh over Oklahoma. First half, this is King.
You know, King's an amazing kid. He was ineligible a couple of years ago. The next semester he went Dean's List. And that's like his basketball. He didn't work hard. Now he's working hard.
Lane looks down.
Darrell Porter, jump ball. Good call.
Darrell Porter we talked about in the beginning of the game.
Paul a little upset, but you cannot play Oklahoma and think they're not going to guard you. They want to guard to get the ball back.
We were talking about Porter prior to the game, Billy, and he's another one of those freshmen who comes in. He is perhaps their best defensive player, though he gets shaken from Blaylock here. Blaylock can't convert.
Seegers had his hands on a lot of basketballs. Good kick out here.
Smith.
He did not walk. House call.
The whistle started to blow.
What do they call? You can't run down the floor and get your breath against Oklahoma. Heads up all the time.
Oklahoma's leading by 1. 11:49 remaining in the first half. Boy, that should be some ball game, too. That's all coming up. The road to the Final Four has begun already on CBS.
Wild, isn't it? These two teams had a heck of a game last year in the NCAAs. Once again, the pressure and the turnover. Smith, very active, fortunately for Pittsburgh.
Once, twice, can't control it, can't score. Miller gets it for Pittsburgh. The outlet pass to Bailey. 3-on-2. Lane, left side.
That's good call. They had the numbers, but you see Oklahoma streaking back. Once you beat the initial pressure against Oklahoma, they do not relax. They get back, they retreat.
Both teams now with 3 turnovers. This is Ricky Grace. Down to Grant. Nice pump fake. The bucket goes, and he'll go to the line.
That's a little experience as he exchanges the high 10. Grant on the box. Lane somewhat lazy. And, of course, one of the better turnaround jumpers in the league. See the easy entry pass. He's able to square up. And then the lean in. Maybe his brother taught him that one. I said, do you write or call your brother? He said, I call collect. Chicago.
See, Horace can afford it. Harvey Grant, 6'9", 201-pound senior. Twin brother of Horace Grant of the Bulls. He's a law enforcement major.
I could have used a few of those when I coached, huh? There's 21 scouts here approximately. Some big names as well. Jerry West, Al Adams, amongst others. Looking over Grant, Smith, Lane, and company.
4-point Oklahoma lead.
Billy Martin, good prospect, freshman, has a lot of talent.
Miller, nice pass to Smith.
What a gamble pass, and it worked.
Martin into the ball game now. His shot won't go once, twice. Taken back by Smith. Power move inside. No bucket.
That's one of those non-calls. disco game, right? He doesn't want any waltzes.
Said he gets enough waltzes in his league play. Now he wants to disco a little bit. Miller had ideas of the three.
I really enjoyed watching Miller play, and I'll enjoy watching him grow doing those Big East games. Very heady kid. Seldom, if ever, has a turnover on his own.
Terrell Porter for 2. Panthers now within a bucket.
Again, letting the entry pass come. You're going to get killed if you keep doing this unless you recover like Charles Smith did.
King has his shot rejected by Smith. We talked about him in the pregame. One of the premier shot blockers in the nation.
Charles recovered pretty good. He's got to turn to the middle, King, and look opposite.
Boy, King's going to challenge him.
There he is.
8 points now for King, and he's working. That takes some guts to go down in there.
Bailey with the ball, not the guy Paul Evans would like. The deflection by Mookie.
5 Pittsburgh turnovers. The pass outside.
All right, Harvey.
Grant has 11.
Nice look by Martin.
For Pittsburgh.
The steal now set up by Mookie Blaylock. They got Smith on a walk before, but Bailey not used to this kind of pressure. Navy didn't play this every night. The deflection from the back by Mookie, and of course set up the slam by Harvey.
Billy, they didn't play this pace at Navy.
They got up early and worked all day, though.
King again, working on Martin now.
They're really working the left side of the floor. Interesting. Most teams are right-sided.
Grace. Do you get the feeling that Oklahoma's just trying to turn it up another notch?
If they can. Of course, Pitt has to use better judgment. Bad pass in the open floor.
Blaylock.
Hold on. Yo!
Again, they turn it over. They need a timeout badly. And Paul Evans is going to take one.
The steal set this all up. Harvey Grant said he's going to show his brothers some things. That's 2 of them.
This place is rocking.
You see your score there. This is the reason that Mookie is able to lead the country in steals. Plays the passing lane, and of course you see Lane with the basketball. Step in, anticipate, and of course the rest is nice and easy for the twin brother. Harvey.
Hey, I'll tell you something else, too. A reason for that difference in the score. There's an 8-point difference in the score. Pitt has also turned the ball over 8 more times than Oklahoma.
They get you in rashes, too. 2 or 3 in a row, and all of a sudden you're in trouble.
30-22, Sooners.
Composure necessary right now for Pitt.
Blaylock looks, now fires.
They got Lane inside, trying to check out on Wiley. They've got some great inside people.
It's a 3-pointer. We're at the Lloyd Noble Center in Norman, Oklahoma. Tim Brand and Bill Raftery. We've got 9:16 remaining in the first half, and Oklahoma leads Pitt 33-22.
Pitt's been playing a lot of man-to-man, and of course, known for the zone. Here, Bobby Martin trying to deny Andre Wiley. Got there a step late. Be interesting to see if Paul Evans goes back to zone and attempts to make them pass the ball a little more.
Foul was on Bobby Martin, the freshman. That's his first. 17 foul, so they're in the 1-and-1 situation. Wiley will go to the line.
Now, this is a great game for Pitt because you're on the road. You get your freshman a chance. And, of course, this is an experience. The pressure and, of course, the building quite loud. And, of course, everybody very much into it.
Wiley is 70% free throw shooter. You saw Charles Smith come back into the ball game and Martin go out. So on the floor now, it's Gore, Lane, Smith, Miller, and Jerome Porter for Pittsburgh. Wiley hits them both.
If you press and they're a 74% free throw shooter, it really gives you a chance to set up.
Miller looks for Smith. The numbers aren't there. He pulls up, gets it back to Miller.
I think that was from the bench, don't you? Let's slow it down. Into the zone now. First time, it's a 3-2 flat. See Seeger in the middle. He'll flatten down and play the post man and able enabling the corner man, King or Wiley, to go out. You see him down in the post in front of Smith. It's a lot of effort.
Miller for three. Not even close.
Charles Smith hit it out.
Knocked out by Smith. Oklahoma gets it back.
A Pitt on the fence now, but they got to start it on the defensive end.
You know what's scary when you play Oklahoma? It was a one-point ball game just about a minute ago, and now it's 35-22.
That's right. Very explosive.
Blaylock. His shot strong. Fight for the rebound, and Smith is fouled by Wiley.
That's what they have to do. Get him to shoot it outside and rebound. Again, the pressure set up face guarding this time. They'll play straight man-to-man, or they'll trap out of this look. There's the hash play where the forwards move up.
Jerome Lane. He pulls it up as well, so you're right, it did come from the bench.
No
they
question.
talked about that at the timeout.
Tempo was not to Pitt's liking.
Sean Miller now trying to call out the offense. He has some trouble because it's so loud in here.
You can see Grace outside. They play the passing lanes well, the two guards, Blaylock and Grace.
Darrell Porter.
Look at Seeger work, too.
They've got to work it a little bit quicker if Miller's going to free up to the three.
Well, they can get the top of the key jumper if they go to the corner and put somebody at the top of the key.
Darrell Porter for two.
Patience, use the clock. Oklahoma doesn't want to stay on that defensive end.
Pull within 11.
Got to make them work a little bit.
Grace. This is Blaylock. Seeger. Grace for three.
Good check out by Lane. That's the power.
Smith yells go. Gets it back to Miller now. Gets away with a walk for three.
He's rushing him just a little bit, Sean. Got to be patient.
He's got a unique shot, almost like John Lucas used to shoot at Maryland.
Yeah.
Almost a push shot.
Right, one-handed push or stab. Campbell.
King.
Great recovery, though.
Trash rebound by Lane. Gets it over to the right side. Gore double pumps and scores.
Good non-call, too. Take them when you can, but don't be silly. Don't get the track meet with the chuck and duck, huh?
That's 10 points now for Gore. Little bumping and grinding going at the low post. King, the turnaround.
Is he a confident player? What a turnaround, his performance. Another year left here.
Get out the calculators. That's now 10 for King.
Pitt able now to beat it and relax a little bit. Have to take a breath when you get over the timeline.
Sliding zone by Oklahoma. They still try to get it in the lane.
Now Seeger is really hustling, Tim. He's at the point and down trying to play the postman. Spends a lot of energy doing it.
Terrence Mullins comes in, along with Grant returning to the ball game.
Mullins a good deep shooter, more of a point guard.
King will get a rest.
Gotta make Seeger really work in the middle. You can get something around the top of the key or on the wing as the guards pinch you.
Miller again calling out the offense way up high. Now goes down to Gore. Trying to overload the right side of the zone. This is Darrell Porter.
Giving Sean Miller the business on the air ball, but he's a confident kid. He'll keep stroking him.
Shoots for three. It's not there. And again, it'll take time to call the offense and set it up. Nice pass to Lane. Lane overpass.
Yeah, he had Gore on the wing, too. Down on the box.
Should have gone
Nice
for the
look.
bucket. Wiley.
What a catch, too, by Wiley.
Outlet pass to Porter. Now they'll set it back up. Can't be too cautious. That's all Smith if it goes out of bounds, and it does.
A little too flashy right now. Pitt's got good composure. They've got control again, but they're making little mistakes.
10 turnovers, Bill, and we talked about the 16 they had last spring in the tournament in the first half.
This is a different building, too. This is the enemy's camp.
No question about that. Martin comes back into the ballgame, and Charles Smith will get a rest.
One thing about Billy Tubbs, this is an important game in his mind. Syracuse, when he beat them up there, he felt that was the biggest win of his coaching career. He likes beating Eastern teams, gives him recognition.
Saw that Gore, or Porter rather, also went out of the ballgame. Nice follow inside by Grant.
Good hustle, and Pitt not up, didn't contest the first or get back up for the second.
39-26, Oklahoma. Lane gets it slapped away, and he's fouled by Harvey Grant. That'll be Grant's third. So that becomes
changed
back.
no question. King up quickly. Iowa State. Greyer having a great year. Looked at that tape from Florida State, Oklahoma. They gave him a good game.
Duke had that big win over Carolina this week. That was at the Dean Smith Center.
Not too many of those down there.
That's exactly right. There was only one other, and it was Maryland with Len Bias that beat him. Martin's shot, nothing but net.
Pitt's got to get control of themselves before they can get back into the game. They're starting to assert themselves on the offensive end by being patient.
4:57 remaining first half.
Well, they've got it on Gore going for the ball.
It's a good call. He pushed Seeger trying to get there.
I don't think Paul Evans, he's got suspenders on. Starting to dress up a little bit.
That's 2 on
That's
Gore.
for the heavy guys like you, those suspenders, right?
No, as a matter of fact, we don't need the suspenders. We got enough to hold him up.
And here's a key time now for Paul Evans. He's giving Sean Miller a blow. Give Pat Cavanaugh, be composed, run the show, get it to the right spots.
He's got Smith and Miller now, both on the bench. It's Martin, Gore, Cavanaugh, Lane, and Jason Matthews in the lineup for Pitt. Seeger off the back of the rim, gets his own rebound. He's down deep. Wiley, the block is clean, but Lane got him with the body.
Jerome active, but unfortunately for Pitt, look at this.
Hey, you don't think these guys have fun?
Oh, they sure do. It's a loose practice. Of course, the General, Horace has it on his machine. He calls himself the General. Harvey a little upset.
Great name for King. Sky King, Mookie, Blaylock.
And I love this
Amazing
one.
Grace.
Seeger, soul man, right? He's as much soul as you and me, I think.
Smith comes back into the ball game, and Lane will sit down with 3 personals.
Now, Billy Tubbs runs a loose practice, too. He ran a 1-4 where he was the postman out on the foul line. Faked the back door, faked the guard around, took a shot. Michael Bell, who hopefully we'll see, came from out of bounds, swatted the ball upstairs.
Wiley misses them both. Pitt trying to pull within 10. Cavanaugh gets fouled.
Mullins being a little aggressive. Now, Cavanaugh is a tough guy, former football player. You know how they are.
I tell you, you know what he is? He's a walk-on.
Yes, for both, right?
For football and basketball, has now earned a scholarship, and they say he works as hard, if not harder, than anybody in the program.
I have trouble having football guys understand me.
Pitt now in the bonus situation. Cavanaugh's first shot is good. 39-29, within 10. He hits them both.
A little pressure by Pat now on Grace. Pitt still staying with the man-to-man.
Oklahoma's biggest lead was 13. It's now 9.
Duffy Burns does a lot of the scouting, one of the assistant coaches. He gave me a lot of insight. He felt they'd go with man-to-man. I think it's for the end of the year, believe it or not.
I think both of these games have both of these teams have the end of the year in mind. Seeger.
Unable to convert. He's their premier deep shooter.
This is Gore, left side to Cavanaugh. Cavanaugh will pull it out.
Good control.
Crowd doesn't like it.
Back to man-to-man. Martin, pretty good inside moves.
Gets double teamed and almost loses. It does go out of bounds, but it was on Ricky Grace, so Pittsburgh will have the ball back. Oklahoma's 2 for 9, 3-point shooting.
Charles Smith's got to take over a little bit. Something I think he hasn't done enough of for Pitt.
3:59 remaining in the half now.
Here's their high-low set now. Gore rubs off. Try and hit Charles high and Martin low.
Matthews has it partially blocked. Air ball.
Don't relax.
On Grace. Seeger, right side. Knocked away by Cavanaugh. Cavanaugh says it went out of bounds on Seeger. He doesn't get the break.
That's if you got an open shot against this club. All of a sudden, it's blocked.
3:39 remaining in the half. 39-30. Sooners. All right, Jim, thank you very much. We've got 3:39 remaining in the first half here in Norman. Oklahoma 39, Pittsburgh 30.
Now, we spent a lot of time with Billy Tubbs. I had the feeling I've got to get an interpreter when I'm talking with him. He gives me that layoff stuff that I don't understand you and I don't hear you. Listens to all the tapes, though, knows what's going on in the country.
Oklahoma in white now, trying to get it down to King. They do. The zone collapses on him. So they go back up front to Grace.
Little 2-3 now. First time after the timeout.
Martin from the free throw line, and he hits.
Found the hole right at the foul line. Pretty good recognition. Ricky Grace, an outstanding guard. The turnovers have killed Pitt. They've had 10. They've led to 12 points, and that's really the story of the half.
Leads 11. Martin has his shot bounced.
Not a good one.
Pitt just does not look crisp right now. Matter of fact, they look shaken. This is Grace.
He doesn't waste any time. Gets the ball down with the pass, not the dribble.
King challenges Smith again. Rebound, Pittsburgh.
They got the lanes filled.
They got the numbers, 3-on-2. Right side, Matthews.
Nice play. Played with a lot of pros out in L.A. Jason Matthews.
That's 4 for Matthews now. Grace fires.
Not a good one.
Got a little run going for the Panthers here. Again, it's Matthews. Has that shot blocked, but he's fouled.
Jason Matthews, all he had to do was spin dribble. He had Ricky Grace beaten. Of course, Ricky gets the foul on the giveaway. Number 2. Tubbsy not too happy with that one.
Second personal on Grace. Matthews will go to the line. He's a 6'3" freshman out of Los Angeles, California, Santa Monica High School. Played a lot of pickup games with Magic Johnson and Rodman McRae. This is the first one. The 4 freshmen for the Panthers.
They can't sing, but they can play. Pretty good recruiting class. Add in Brian Shorter, prop 48, who they say is outstanding. And Pitt's not going to the door again next year.
They've whittled the lead back down to 8.
Back to man-to-man. Tough angle on that pass. Should have kicked it down on the baseline to Martin for the entry.
Billy, this is a good run now by Pitt with 2:18 remaining in the half. They're closing the gap. They were down by 13. Now it's 8.
Well, you get used to a press, too. Sometimes it's wise to take it off, let them be comfortable, and go back at it. You go at it for 40, teams adjust.
Kavanaugh has problems, gets it back, looks down deep. Gore, with power move, has it. Oh! And hard body Martin over top.
Those Jersey guys, that must be that salt air in Atlantic City.
Boy, is that fun to watch.
I've said often, our generation, we were happy to touch the net.
Nice pass down to King.
Pretty look, and on the back, Charles Smith, a better angle. No help on the weak side. Charles Smith has been playing good post defense. You do not get a free shot. Of course, the look here to King. Great effort. You see Kavanaugh too small to help and too late. But I'm amazed. You don't get a free shot. Very reminiscent of Georgetown and how they challenge every shot.
That foul, by the way, was on Kavanaugh, not Smith. That's his first.
Paul Evans will take that.
Lane violations, so that won't count. And Billy Tubbs doesn't like it. The officials for today's game, Atlantic Coast Conference officials. Jerry Donaghy, Rick Marson, and Larry Rose.
Boy, they're close on each pass, Oklahoma.
Kavanaugh had the shot, didn't take it. Instead, goes to Smith. Nice pump fake.
King caught behind. See how Grace just gets rid of it.
Seeger falling away.
He's used to shooting it alone. He's not as good on the bounce. That time he proved the scouting report wrong.
1 minute, 15 seconds remaining now. You see the clock.
Look at these deflections. Murder.
Showtime.
Ricky, you killed us. Stacy wanted a piece of that. He's smiling.
Stacy King wanted it for the jam, and he didn't get it.
Look at him down, and Kavanaugh able to get away with one.
Blocking foul on Blaylock.
You can't relax, Tim. It's amazing. They'll dip around you, deflect it from the rear. Ricky Grace from the front now. Mookie, and the left-handed pass. Gorgeous, and Stacy will not forget that slight by Ricky Grace.
That was funny. Stacy came by our booth here on the floor and smiled at us. He wanted it. This is Kavanaugh. 47-38 now. Coming up later on CBS Sports, the 5th-ranked Boilermakers of Purdue going against Denny Crumb's Louisville Cardinals.
Another surprising club up top. Troy Lewis, one of the great ones. Boy, what a bad place to save it. Charles Smith had a chippy if he had turned. Look at this, cross court. You can't do it.
King knocks it out of bounds, so Pittsburgh gets a break. They'll get it back.
There's your 6'10" guy out in the passing lane, hustling.
We're under a minute.
Pitt can't afford the. Here's the home run look. Great look.
Jason Matthews with the easy lay-in.
And the quarterback, your favorite, Kavanaugh on the money. Little post play.
That's 7 for Matthews now. He's become a factor here at the end of the first half, and the lead now is down to 7.
One shot. Billy Tubbs holding up. Let's see if they can do it.
You know they don't want to.
No, absolutely. They are up-tempo.
Billy has a tough time pulling the reins on this club.
Rolly Massimino has a line he calls it chuck and duck. Good play by Kavanaugh, almost came up with it.
Blaylock has it knocked out by Jason Matthews.
Can't disrupt her over the limit foul-wise.
Don't forget, coming up at halftime, the college basketball report with Jim Nance. 4-second shot. Flies.
Good play. The guards, they've been effective and, of course, devastating to Pitt all half.
That's the end of the first half with the score. Oklahoma 49, Pittsburgh 40. Jim Nance will return with a college basketball report after this message and a word from your local station. Oklahoma leads Pittsburgh 49-40. We're at the half in Norman, Oklahoma, and they are having some kind of fun here today. And hello again, everybody. I'm Tim Brand along with Bill Raftery. And Bill, if you look at that first half, the turnovers were the key. 11 Pittsburgh turnovers led to 14 points.
And obviously Paul Evans would be upset, but I thought they regained their composure. Obviously that's devastating, the point totals after you turn it over. But if they can control it, they're in good shape this second half. And of course, this is how they got the ball in. You'll see they call this their hash play. They'll break towards the basketball, and of course the inbound pass by Miller will set it up. But now the judgment takes place. You see here Bailey has the sideline taken away by Grace, and we'll hold it right there and see Mookie, Blaylock coming up from the rear, stripping and deflecting the basketball. And of course the rest is simple for Oklahoma because they're very active. They all look for loose balls. You see Seeger, who's been active in the passing lanes, and this guy, Ricky Grace, doesn't waste a dribble. If you step on him, up on him, he'll kick the basketball off. And of course, Harvey with the easy finish.
You see here that Gore has 10, Grant has 15 points for Oklahoma. I think it's interesting in that Pittsburgh shot 53% in that first half, Oklahoma just 51, and there were 22 rebounds for Pitt and only 17 for Oklahoma, so they're out scoring them, they're out rebounding them. Percentage-wise anyway, right. But they're trailing in the score.
Well, I just think control of the basketball, and they do have to rebound much better.
This was the last play of the half. They set it up. Now, you'll see, here's the shot, and it's a two-point shot. And Billy Tubbs just went crazy. He wanted the three-pointer. Look at him.
Well, he probably, knowing Billy the way we do, he knows it was two. He's just pleading. He's a guy that's not concerned. Who cares about him, including the referees?
All right, now let's talk about one other thing that may become a factor in this game. Somebody has just turned up the heat. I'm telling you, could cook some biscuits in here.
Well, didn't they have some problems here? Brent was here earlier, and the lights, they said the heat was turned up, and it is pretty warm here. Maybe it's an edge to Oklahoma. They're used to it.
Well, if it is the lights, I'm telling you, they are hot. 49-40, Oklahoma.
Oh, bad turnover here.
15-0 when they lead at the half. Another turnover. This is Grace.
That's a break.
That's a major break.
Sure is.
And that's not the way Evans wanted to start the second half.
Now Charles Smith's going to be a first-rounder, and I believe he deserves it. But he's got to play. That was not a major league play.
Charles Smith pulls up, gets it back to Matthews. This is Sean Miller.
Man-to-man, Oklahoma.
So Evans goes with the starting lineup. The lineup that started this game. Miller, Smith, Gore, Matthews, and Lane.
Good collapsing defense. Took Charles Smith out of it.
Gore, a little jump hook.
Good pass, too, by Miller.
49-42, lead down to 7.
Of course, if you score, you're slowing the game down, but you got to be alert. Oklahoma very good at tearing out of the nets like the old Celtics and hanging it up the floor.
Oklahoma starts with Grace, Grant, Seeger, King, and Blaylock.
Pitt in the 2-3, Tim.
Down to King. He's challenging Smith as he did. Oh! Half and over the
Mookie!
Comes Blaylock.
Of course, they turned him out at Midland. Home of Spud Webb as well. Blaylock and Grace as Grace is tagged with the backcourt foul. Mookie came here to play with Ricky Grace. He thought it'd be fun. Now, Pitt not doing a good job on the glass, sealing off That's a guard, folks.
You see number 32 there? That's Charles Smith. He's 6'10". Mookie Blaylock is 6 feet 177.
But he had a running jump, in fairness.
Looked like he came off a springboard. Grace now has 3 personal fouls. 51-42 Sooners.
Now Lane's got to get going too. Bad pass, Matthews.
This is Seager. Ahead to Blaylock. Back to Seager.
Pretty look.
Yeah, they overpassed it.
Well, I think the pass by Seager was a good one to Harvey Grant. Nice look.
13 turnovers now for Pittsburgh. Near the conclusion of today's game, Bill Raftery and I will select a Chevrolet player of the game from each team. Chevrolet donates a $1,000 scholarship to the General Scholarship Fund of each school. This is King inside. Bucket goes, and he's fouled. King now has 14 points.
Oklahoma is very alert, and something that happens at home, too, whether it's the crowd or the comfort zone that you establish. But on the inbounds play, Pitt was not prepared.
Smith with the foul. His first. King is a 68% free throw shooter. He has 14 points, and he misses that one.
This game for both clubs is a great game because it seasons you, toughens you up for the NCAA. It's a no-lose situation, I think, Tim.
Darrell Porter throws it away. Blaylock. Fight for the rebound. It'll be called on Smith. That'll be his second.
You can see what turnovers do to you. You cannot fall asleep when you snap a pass. They're just doing a terrible job, Pitt, passing the basketball. Same play out of bounds. A little better job that time by Pitt.
This is Grant.
I don't know about the body, but they say that about a lot of NBA players, but he's got the ability, certainly.
You know, they're taking it right at Smith, and he had 106 blocks last year. Blocked at least one shot in 90 of the last 92 games, and they're going right at him, challenging him.
I don't think he had one. He was very passive in the first half.
55-42 Sooners. Porter again. He's having a lot of trouble.
Say the hands and the activity. They overloaded that time. Gore took away Smith's lane down low.
Look at this, Bill. No team has scored over 73 points against Pittsburgh this season. Pitt's only hit one shot this half. 4 turnovers.
I think it's going to happen tonight, don't you? King with the nickel dimer outside. But Charles Smith very effective when he has taken King away from the basket.
That's King's second personal foul.
Look at that score. Missouri, my goodness. I was in Maui with Illinois. And, of course, Kansas and Notre Dame. That war's heating up, isn't it? Over
really
Phelps' comment about Danny Manning's dad.
Gore has some problems, turns the ball over. Here come the Sooners. Blaylock, and he drops it back to Gore.
Good job by Gore.
Outlet pass, this is Porter. He walks.
Steps. Now this is not typical Pitt basketball right now. You know, Paul Evans very upset. I think the crowd a major factor. Seager for 3.
Gore throws it away again. Grace drives the middle, dishes off to King. .42 remaining in the ball game. The story of the game, turnovers.
Nice look. Just not able to finish.
They're all over him.
They
Look
sure
at that.
are.
4 Sooners down there collapse.
Seager tagged for the foul, but Pitt just burying themselves. And I've seen a lot of Pittsburgh basketball, never saw them this sloppy.
That's the first personal on Seager. Darrell Porter will go out. Jerome Lane will go out for Pittsburgh. Martin comes back in along with Jason Matthews.
Paul Evans pretty confident his club can get back in and saving the timeout for the TV timeout.
Yeah, but Billy, they've got to shoot. They've only taken 3 shots this half.
Many empty trips.
Grace, nice move.
And he
for Grace, and Oklahoma's threatening to blow him out.
Look at the distance of the passes. That's why they're being intercepted.
Miller, 3, followed by Martin.
Good read. And right away, Oklahoma down the floor. Pitt very fortunate. See how they get it up? Either dribble or pass.
Look at Seeger all alone.
You can just see Pitt mentally is not in this game.
They can't go in the tank right now, though. Be a good time for a timeout.
Paul Gamble for the TV timeout.
He's got one of those coming shortly.
Shows a lot of confidence in his team. Tick.
Off Seeger, it'll be Pittsburgh ball. And there is that TV timeout. 61-44 Sooners. A lot of talent. That should be fun.
Of course, Pitt now off the timeout. Composure essential. Turning the ball over and not shooting it well, so that's going to help.
That's 3 for Miller. The first 3-pointer of the game for the Panthers.
Undeterred. Confident, isn't he? Man-to-man.
Seeger tries to answer with 3.
Oh, you got to make him put it on the floor.
Strong rebound by Smith. Miller, own lane. On to Martin.
Even there, a hand on the basketball.
Sean Miller wants it back. He's got that feeling now. Matthews down to Martin. Martin with the turnaround.
Well, they got to do it slowly. And, of course, if you make goals, look at this, the punishment right away. That spreads your defense. You notice Seeger got an easy tip earlier.
Blaylock. Fight for the rebound. Blaylock gets it back.
Great hustle. Right now, I've been out hustled, Tim.
I think even the crowd's getting tired now.
They Pitt could relax offensively and don't turn it over against the press. They can get themselves back in it quickly.
Oklahoma has 20 points off the turnovers this afternoon.
20-2, right?
This is Smith, bounce past the lane.
Good help.
Good follow by Martin. He's got quick feet for the big man. Hits it and is fouled.
I think they got Seeger on it, but that's the type of power basketball I've seen Pitt perform. They've gotten away from it, and of course the pressure rattles of Lane with good control. Look at the white shirts just coming. And of course, Jimmy Kerwin, the assistant, as the follow by Martin is finished off. Jimmy Kerwin, Bill Tubbs' assistant, was saying that Tubbs knows how to win. And of course, he's not a member of the fraternity, where guys up on top of this game, he's excluded when they talk about good coaches or great coaches, but I'll tell you what, he knows how to win, and they guard a lot better than he's given credit for.
Martin converts the three-point play at 63-52. Oklahoma.
The reach down low.
Martin's going to be called for personal. I think the knockaway was clean, but he had his hand on his back.
Well, you mentioned before, both coaches are similar when you think of it. You know, they're outspoken. Paul Evans not afraid. Of course, the Georgetown game, very outspoken about John Thompson and Georgetown. And, you know, the establishment of the Big East. And, of course, Tubbs, nationally known for his comments.
Blaylock to Grace, down to Grant.
Very tough with the turnaround, isn't he?
He is strong. He has 19 points now.
You got to body him out. You can't give him that box position. Push him out a couple of steps. Good job by Seeger on Martin.
They have really worked hard on defensively today on Charles Smith.
Can't get his shots. Good cut.
Pass inside to Martin.
Very active. Slowly it's 11 again.
The freshman has 13 points. 65-54.
Good call. Of course, Charles Smith playing behind. You know, Stacy really not sure turn to find him.
At 6 turnovers now for Oklahoma, and quietly Pittsburgh is climbing back into it. As poorly as they played and as much as they've turned the ball over, 65-54.
They're doing it on this end, Tim. Much more composure, more power game. 1-3-1. They used this the other day, walked through it.
Smith He wanted the shot, then saw Lane.
Tough pass, but Jerome Lane regrouped. Got possession.
That's 8 for Lane now, but the story is Smith. He has 6 points. He averages 17. So they have really done the job defensively on him. This is Blaylock. Rebound, King. His turnaround is hard. Smith gets it out the bottom.
Good pass by Charles Smith.
Martin looks shocked.
Where are they going with it? Is Paul Evans' comment. That's a big rebound. Good
Nice pass. Grant can't get it to drop. Smith with a rebound. Atlet to Miller. Martin gets away with a walk.
Much better passing right now, huh?
Good pass underneath.
Gorgeous look.
Jerome Lane gets the bucket and will go to the line.
Pretty good inside pass, and you're right. This is a nice sequence. Of course, the pass to Martin first, and King, all he had to do was get his hand up, but Jerome holding off, finishing it up.
That's 3 on King now. Grant has 3, and King has 3.
You saw Denny Crum on, right, at halftime? He and Jerome Lane aren't writing love letters after the Pan Am games. He didn't give any minutes. Jerome says they blamed it on my weight. They just didn't want me there.
You know, Jerome is more disciplined, more determined since that experience. He was the 12th man on a 12-member team.
He said he was 13.
Well, they only had 12. Billy Packer and I did the Puerto Rico semifinal game, and he did not even get into that. The only one who didn't play. Grace.
Now, the thing about Oklahoma is they don't really play patiently. Even that pass there was sloppy, wasn't it? So they're going to keep taking quick shots so they can get you back in it, as they are now.
Nice pass to Martin.
He knows it.
Now that's costly. With 11 minutes and 34 seconds remaining in the ball game, Oklahoma leads 65-59. We're at the Lloyd Noble Center in Norman, Oklahoma. Tim Brandt and Bill Raftery with you, where Oklahoma leads Pittsburgh 65-59 with 11 minutes and 34 seconds remaining in the ball game. Pittsburgh, 19 turnovers, and you see the difference, the points scored off those turnovers. But now, let me tell you that although Pittsburgh was down by 13 in the first half, trailed by 9 at the half, they have now scored 7 straight. And the lead is 6 points. Bobby Martin, the difference, the freshman's come off the bench and has 9 points this half. 65-59 Sooners.
Pitt man-to-man.
Stacey King looks down deep.
Nice high low.
Has it knocked away.
Gore with the hands up. They average 19 turnovers a game, by the way, Pitt. So they're right at their number with 11 left.
And that's significantly up from last year when the Panthers averaged only 12 turnovers a game. Gore thinks twice, gets it back to Miller. Now Gore has a shot, takes it baseline. Tries to bounce pass it. Does the Lane power move.
Nice.
Good follow by Smith.
That's more aggressive. He's been laid back all game.
That's 8 now for Smith. 65-61. The crowd comes back into it. Grace down to Grant. He scores and he's fouled by Smith.
When you need a basket, Tim, it's a very simple game. Go inside to your big guy who can do some damage. You gather yourself, of course, drop to the goal. Very simple game. Of course, Charles Smith concerned now. He's got to be more aggressive. And, of course, if you're laid back defensively, you seem to be laid back offensively.
Grant has 21 points. Make it 22. That's 3 personals, by the way, on Charles Smith. 68-61 with 10:37 remaining in the ball game.
We're in the 3-2 now, flat. Seeger has responsibilities on top and down on the box. See him hustling?
Pittsburgh needs a bucket badly here. Smith takes the lane.
That's what he's got to do.
He's fouled.
Seeger riding him. Charles has been quiet. He's got to show some of that charming personality. Be more aggressive. Of course, in the 3-2, you're going to end up with the foul line open when the guy has to go down to the box. Seeger got caught coming up on Charles, and he finished it off.
That's 3 fouls now on Seeger as Smith goes to the lane. Charles Smith at the line, 75% free throw shooter, 10 points, 10 rebounds today. That shot short.
Grace really sees the floor as he brings the ball down.
Blaylock has a notion, gives it up to Seeger. Nice drive.
Great penetration.
Bad pass by Miller. Martin gets it back.
Sean not himself tonight. Or today, excuse me.
He's really not.
No, he's not.
He doesn't appear rattled. It just seems to be one of those days where he's not crisp.
I don't think he's seen this many big guys with hands up.
For three. Not even close. Should be Martin.
Bobby Martin over the top.
That's 3 on Martin. You know, a good sign that it's not a good day for Sean Miller is the fact that that last shot was off to the right. And they say great shooters are never off to the left or right. On bad days, they're either short or long.
Were you off to the right?
I was everywhere.
Harvey had his man beat down there. This is a nice little sequence. The high-low.
Grant, tough shot is right. Good rebound by Gore. 7 rebounds for Gore now. Miller looks things over, working against the Oklahoma zone.
They can get what they want if they're patient because Seeger has to run so far. A couple of changes by Tubbs.
Oh, a nice shot by Demetrius Gore.
Much healthier Demetrius Gore. That ankle has hurt him and slowed him down.
68-65, Sooners.
Grant running box to box. King sort of bumps him out.
Foul on Miller.
Overzealous.
I was going to say over-aggressive, and he lost control of himself.
Of course, easy to sit here knowing we can't turn it over from this vantage point. And the aggressive guard play by Oklahoma has been a nuisance for Pitt.
3 personals on Miller now. This is as close as Pittsburgh's been in this ball game since it was 18-15 early on.
Grant's got his guy.
Grace, his shot is short. Nice outlet pass. This is Demetrius Gore. He's got the break on the other side.
Play. What a block by Grace, Tim. The little guy, he may have hit him with the body, but good reaction to Demetrius Gore's spin to the baseline.
Billy, that's 4 personals now on Ricky Grace.
And that could be a problem. He runs everything. Right here, you see the spin. He had Miller. Maybe the slide there by Mookie took the passing lane away. Could have kicked it, you thought, huh?
Never understand why a guy on a break is going to try to spin away from the bucket instead of taking it up strong.
Right. Well, the defense was recovering that way, don't forget. Mookie was in the middle.
Gore, 15 points, 7 rebounds.
First time I've seen Bill Tubbs' hair messed up. How about you? Little rattled, maybe.
He's a fun guy.
I'll tell you, good recovery by Pitt. I mean, this is not a good Pitt game, but showing a lot of determination and effort and intelligence on offense.
Seeger for 3. Ooh, not even close. Rebound, Pittsburgh.
Charles Smith wisely held up. Lane and Gore had taken off.
68-66. It has been methodical the way the Panthers have come back. Oklahoma's only 2 for 15 from the 3-point range. Pass inside, tough pass. Lane does get it back.
Now, if Miller could ever start perking, terrible play by Jerome Lane.
Blaylock.
Good pull-up. Recognized the defense by Sean Miller. Settled for the jumper.
7 minutes, 41 seconds remaining in the ball game. The lead is 4.
It's a new game right now, though, Tim. Pitt can be patient, make Oklahoma play a little slower, could change things.
Sean Miller, cross-court pass to Gore. Tough shot for Gore, but he hits it.
Boys, he's showing some confidence. And they got Lane. Well, they call it a delay in a game in the NBA, but...
I thought he'd get a warning. Did he?
Yeah, he did. He got a warning.
Okay, he got a warning. And with that, there's timeout. 7 minutes, 21 seconds remaining. And CBS Sports coverage of NCAA basketball will continue after this word from your local station.
Today's game is sponsored by Toyota, setting the standard for quality and value. Gillette Good News Plus with a lubrous smooth strip for extra comfort. And by Michelob, so exceptionally smooth, the night belongs to Michelob.
The lead is 2 with 7:21 remaining in the ball game. Pittsburgh has been methodical in its comeback. And don't forget, doubleheader action continues immediately following this game. Vern Lundquist and Tommy Heinsohn will bring you all the action from Freedom Hall. You'll see the number 5 Purdue Boilermakers, who are currently leading this year's very strong Big Ten Conference, take on Denny Crum's Louisville Cardinals, led by one of the nation's finest centers, Purvis Ellison. Purdue Louisville coming up next, right here on CBS Sports, home of the NCAA Basketball Championship.
Pretty good one.
Well, I tell you what, you're not kidding. Purdue is red hot. 15-game winning streak.
Shot of Evans there, and you think they've been patient. They've been rebounding. They've gotten themselves in a good composure. Of course, Billy Tubbs, the quick shots have hurt Oklahoma, but that's the way they play. And that'll help the other club get back in it. Good deflection.
King with the shot. Rebound Lane.
Got somebody on a breakaway. Smith.
Can he catch up to it? No, stepped on the line. A reminder that Oklahoma's biggest lead in this game was 17.
That's one of those, if you convert it, you're delighted. And if your club steps on the end line, you're not too happy.
That shot would have tied the game. The last tie was at 14-14.
Of course, also, one other thought, Tim. As you well know, shooting jumpers when you're 17 ahead is a lot easier than right now. You see the field goal percentages there.
Oklahoma's 1 for the last 9 from the field.
Much better pressure in the man-to-man by Pitt right now.
This is Martin, has the shot. His shot's off to the left. Good rebound by Grant.
Oh, Smith unable to get it. Oklahoma really taking tough shots.
That's 24 for Grant, Billy. Excuse me.
He's been the answer. I think down low, they need something.
72-68, Oklahoma.
Flat 3-2 again. Seniors got the post and down, and guards have the wings.
Pitt needs a bucket badly. They won't get that one. There's a whistle and a foul, and it's going to be against Martin.
Trying to get position. Gore's three-pointer, he was wide open. I'm not so sure they shouldn't have waited a little bit. Trying to get the big people involved.
4 personal fouls now on Bobby Martin. So Martin goes out with those 4 personals. Look at this. Pittsburgh has not given up 100 points since 1979. That was against Syracuse. That's 263 games.
Jimmy Boeheim averaged 100 against me.
In the first half.
No, we weren't that bad. Tough break. Not finishing it. They got steps.
No bucket. He walked.
But Pitt not really sealing off, and that's one of the important aspects of the scouting report. Duffy Burns was telling me they got to make sure
Smith needs some help.
they rebound.
That's out on Seager if it goes. It doesn't. Miller saves it. Or Matthews, rather. This is Gore. The Panthers are within 2 again. Dangerous pass. Miller knocks it out. It'll be Oklahoma ball.
Tim, not the same team without Grace.
No, it's not. Not nearly as quick.
Not as efficient with their passing or their judgments.
Not as aggressive.
But he's doing a lot of isolating on Grace. Him going box to box. He's doing a great job holding off Charles Smith. Now he's got him sealed.
Mullins with the pump fake. Tough shot. He's fouled. Bucket goes.
Got Jason Matthews on his back. I thought he should have dumped it down. He had Harvey on the box. And of course, Grant can finish it off.
Mullins, first bucket of the afternoon. Two fouls on Matthews. Mullins, a 67% free throw shooter. Sooners are now 5 for 10 from the line this half.
There's the pressure, and then pass it. Not really getting the good trap.
Miller calls out the offense.
Trying to get them organized. That's what you love your point guard to do.
Nice move. Still can't hit, though. He's having a tough time, and they're going to call it on Jerome Lane.
That's Jerome Lane's knack and game. Getting that position, anticipating where the rebound's going to come off, and that's number 4 on him.
Evans is going to have to make a decision on Lane. He has 4 personals now with 5:02 remaining.
I might go with him. What's your hunch?
Well, I keep him in there.
Yeah, I think 5 to go. Martin's got 4 as well. The only thing he might do is yo-yo them a little.
The lead is 5, Bill, as Grant goes to the line.
He's done some job at Pitt, though, hasn't he?
24 points, 7 rebounds today. Clutch. Came from Independence Junior College. Originally signed with Clemson, where his brother was.
Jimmy Kerr was telling me when he came out of Independence, he signed with a few colleges. He was such a nice kid, he didn't want to offend anybody.
Kentucky, Clemson, and Oklahoma ended up here.
I kept them all happy for a couple of weeks.
The lead is 7 with 4:54 remaining in the ball game.
Look at this. Bad pass, really. A gamble by Sean Miller.
See, I disagree with you. I think it was a good pass had he been able to get up there.
Did you
But
see where the ball was?
It wouldn't have been there if he had gone up. But Martin pushed him before he could get up there.
Tough gamble. When you're down 7. You know, you just see Paul Evans agrees with me. Ready? Watch how high this is now. Wilt couldn't get that one. Boy, you're tough. You've been hit with that helmet off too many times.
Oh, there's no question about that. 11 points, 12 rebounds for Charles Smith.
That's one of those passes you might try the first half.
I will tell you this, after looking at it a second time,
it was high.
(77-72) Oklahoma.
Well, when you know Grant can get position, I would imagine he's going to touch it.
Grant, good pump fake. His shot doesn't go.
Seeger, Dave over the top.
That's 4 personals on Seeger.
It's funny how kids can be impatient, though, right? Grant's been down a foot or 2 from the basket. That time he posts up 10 feet, but the defense, that's the job they have to do. Get him away from the box.
Have you noticed how the pace has slowed down? Pitt has gotten back control of the tempo, and they've climbed back into it.
First coming in, they knew they couldn't just go running up and down, woo-woo and taking shots quickly and play with this Oklahoma club.
Demetrius Gore hits the first one. He's got 20 points, 8 rebounds on the day. 6'5", 210-pound senior out of Detroit, Michigan. And he gets the roll on the second one. 77-74.
I was waiting for Grace. I just see Billy Tubbs talking to him. He'll be coming in. That should pick up the tempo and make the judgments a little better for Oklahoma. Smith really working hard. Not easy inside playing Harvey Grant.
This is Martin looking for Grant. Can't get it inside, so he goes back up top to Blaylock.
Boy, Grant is a diligent worker. Good
Nice
step
steal. And Lane wisely holds it up.
They weren't doing that in the first half.
No, they weren't. 9 turnovers for Oklahoma.
Now this shot should be on the box so that you can go to the foul line.
Same pass. Smith gets this one. Goes back to Miller. He's got the 3-pointer. Doesn't take it. Instead, touch pass to Smith. Power move inside.
Great help.
Away.
Mullins on
Mullins. And Matthews will be charged with the foul.
That was some help by Terrence Mullins.
Again, Mullins, 6'2", working against the 6'10" Smith.
Well, we've mentioned all game the white shirts attack the shooter. Here's a third white shirt. Terrence Mullins, who's done a nice job.
77-74 Sooners with 3:35 remaining in the ball game.
Made that nice kiss jumper with Matthews on his back earlier. That time stopped an attempt by Smith.
With Mullins on the bench, Grace, Blaylock, Seeger, Grant, and Martin in the ball game for Oklahoma. Blaylock hits the first one.
Because this time of the game, the guards have to howl. They have to take over. So Miller has to do a good job down the stretch, and it is hot.
I was going to say, you think it's not hot in here?
Usually dapper Bill Tubbs. Sands
Very
jacket.
rare that you see Billy take that coat off. 79-74 Sooners. Oklahoma. Coming up next is Purdue Louisville. Right now, let's check in with Vern Lundquist for a preview.
Hi, Timmy. I hope our game can match the intensity and excitement of yours. We've got Purdue and Louisville coming up here from Freedom Hall in Louisville. The Purdue Boilermakers, currently the hottest team in the country. They've won 15 in a row, but they'll have to contend with All-American center Purvis Ellison, the star of the Louisville team. It's Louisville and Purdue coming up. Right now, let's go back to Tim Brandt in Norman, Oklahoma.
All right, Vern, and here Pittsburgh is out rebounding Oklahoma 39-32. Pitt's out rebounded 41 of its last 47 opponents, but they still trail 79-74. Fouls have definitely become a problem here. Lane has 4. Martin also has 4. And on Oklahoma's side, Seeger has 4 and Grace has 4.
Key guy's Ricky Grace, though. He's got to get Oklahoma perking and, again, make decisions that are helpful for his club.
Gore with the long outlet pass. Tough pass to Lane. Now they've got a 2-on-1. Gives it up to Smith.
Very nice and great control. Lane not charging. Because Oklahoma came out with the pressure, fronted everybody. It was a gamble, and they paid for it.
That's 14 points now for Smith. It's 79-76 Sooners.
A little bit of a spread right here. 3-2. Run some clock off.
Pittsburgh in a man-to-man defense.
Oh, this should be on Grant, but they're going to call it on Smith. Charles Smith did a great job, and Harvey wisely elbowed, got position. That's a call you seldom see, but it was really a foul on Grant.
I'll tell you something else. It's 4 personals on Smith. So now Pittsburgh has Lane with 4, Martin with 4, and Smith with 4 personals.
See if they make a switch. Be curious to see if Martin, who's in, plays Grant. Gives Charles a little room to roam.
Grant misses the free throw. Rebound by Lane. Miller working on Seeger.
They left the ball.
Boy, Smith got caught.
Yeah, he did.
Lucky to have Gore out there.
Good pump fake, but he's not getting anything out of it. You know, like putting it on the floor, going by.
I can't understand why he's at the top of the key right now.
Well, this is their high-low set.
Rebound Lane, and a big one it is.
Nice look. They got 3. Jerome Lane set up shop.
Why did Smith put it on the floor, Coach?
Well, I guess he wanted to get a little bit closer. He's upset, Paul. I think he knows the call was the right one.
79-76 Sooners. 2:25 remaining in the ball game.
Can't afford empty trips, Tim, now. Look at this. Great move. Oh, Blaylock.
17 for Blaylock.
Timeout now. Smart play by Miller. Can't leave the baseline. And Mookie Blaylock with a great read.
Blaylock took it on the baseline. Big, strong move. 81-76 Oklahoma. We've got 2 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in the ball game. 81-76 46, Oklahoma with 2:09 remaining in the ball game. Bill Raftery, what do you do now in your last 2 minutes?
I think Pitt has to get it in and at least get to the foul line. They also have to handle the pressure. Oklahoma has to get a couple of steals off the pressure, Tim. They're struggling a little bit in their half-court set.
Miller pushes hard against Seeger. Tries to set the offense. Man-to-man defense by Oklahoma.
They're still in that 3-2, Tim. A lot more hustle by Seeger.
This is for 3.
I admire Sean Miller, though. He's getting the shots, not able to convert. All part of the learning process. Paul Evans not the least bit upset at him. Pressure man-to-man now. This is a sequence where Pitt has to rebound at the end of it.
Shot clock. Great guy. Nice pass underneath the Blaylock. I thought he got.
They did get away with what?
He sure walked.
What control, though. Yeah, there's the switch. Martin on
Blaylock for 3.
Good job by Smith.
Big rebound by Lane. Gore wants it. Lane doesn't give it up. Now he does. Tough play by Jerome Lane.
Much more aggressive. Maybe the most aggressive sequence beginning to end by Pitt.
The lead is 3. We're under a minute.
They'll milk as much as they can, Oklahoma. Again, rebounding essential.
Sooners trying to melt the clock. Now they go inside to Grant. Easy bucket.
That's something you know. If you have it, Pitt now with the timeout. It's great to have a guy inside to go to at crunch time.
Boy, Evans is some kind of upset with Jerome Lane. Sooners. 83-78 Oklahoma, 42 seconds remaining. Take another look at a key basket for Oklahoma.
Well, Harvey Grant set up on one box and was fronted. He's not lazy. Reads the turn of the corner with the ball. Gets himself set on it. Now watch the hold off. The layup is easy. The hold off is key. And of course the pass to the baseline hand. And of course the easy drop step. Heck of a game by Harvey.
Oklahoma has 4 timeouts left. Pittsburgh has just 1. Fouls to give, none. And Oklahoma has the arrow. 3-pointers now, Bill Raftery, become a factor for Pittsburgh. But right now, they're 1 for 9, 11% from 3-point range.
Sean Miller was 50% coming in. Chris Gore, 43%. But Sean Miller will get some. I'm sure he'll keep taking it. Paul Evans not once looked at him when he took them. He was set, just not nailing them down. But the key, Oklahoma will not gamble defensively. They don't want to give him an easy one. Seeger the only one. He's trying to play Miller. Pitt's got to shoot quickly, though.
This is Smith.
They got the timeout.
Smith gets the timeout. And if I was Pittsburgh, I'd complain a little bit. There were a lot of pennies that were thrown out onto the floor when play resumed. It's dangerous.
You can always tell the value of a program by what type of coins are thrown out, huh? But that's a quick basket, the type they needed. Of course, the quick timeout.
Chevrolet players of the game. Harvey Grant for Oklahoma, 28 points, 7 rebounds. And Demetrius Gore for Pittsburgh, 21 points, 8 rebounds. A check in the amount of $1,000 will be donated to each school's general scholarship fund to further assist qualified students in all chosen academic fields.
Billy working at it right down to the nub. Of course, he can hold it if it's possible. There'll be some gambling. With Mullins in the game now.
Don't forget the new rule now. An intentional foul. Right. Bring 2 shots and possession of the basketball.
Mullins also a better ball handler.
That might be it.
No, 1-on-1. Porter doing his job. You mentioned earlier defensively he's known for. They had to stop the clock right away. They did it in 5.
Jerome was quite a football player in high school. Quite a basketball player now.
Grace going to the line, but of course Seeger was taken out of the game, so sometimes you don't have a choice as well.
83% free throw shooter, 7 points. He's 0 for 0 at the line today. Lane with the rebound, Grant with the foul.
Well, Lane, that was a major league rebound. Grant across the lane. That's number 4, isn't it?
That's 4 on Grant. 26 seconds remaining in this ball game.
That's an 84% free throw shooter and this consulate Bill Tubbs. But this is very similar to the game last year, the NCAA, which we got a chance to look at yesterday and this morning.
Jerome Lane now goes to the line. The Big East coaches made him the choice as preseason player of the year. 13 points, 11 rebounds. He's 1 for 1 at the free throw line this afternoon.
Oh, he knew it halfway up. Emoting at the top of the key.
83-81. Martin comes back into the ball game. Darrell Porter goes out for Pittsburgh. Now is when these coaches earn their salary.
Oh, they sure do. Now you know why Tubbs is stamped.
Can't get the second one in.
Right away, the giveaway. I guess they gave it to Kavanaugh. Jerome made 1, put it on even numbers.
See Kavanaugh foul Martin. Martin gave him a dirty look. Kavanaugh went right up in his face. Tough kid.
You always back the football guys. Because the game is one where you talk about philosophy all game long, and at this stage of the game, it's the guys who can reach back and nail the free throws.
No question about that.
Martin 89%.
Lane hit 1 of 2 at one end. Now Martin comes in. He's 0 for 1 at the line this afternoon.
And now he forces it to a 3-point game. This one, if he makes it, Billy Tubbs wants the time.
Oklahoma wants a timeout. Billy Tubbs wants to talk things over, set the offense, set the defense. He doesn't want mistakes now. (84-81). 24 seconds left in the ball game. Now, last year, when these two teams played, it came down to this. Pittsburgh needed a 3-pointer. Gore. His shot wouldn't go. Lane with the rebound. His shot wouldn't fall. And Pitt lost to the Sooners of Oklahoma.
Amazing similarity.
In this ball game, Pittsburgh is 1 for 9 in 3-point shots. Martin at the line. Pittsburgh has no timeouts left. Oklahoma has 3. Rebound Smith.
Can get a good one. Of course, they'll probably play the perimeter shooter, Miller.
They wanted Miller to take the shot. He's the best 3-point shooter they've got. Instead, inside the lane. His shot doesn't go. The easy 2. They've got no timeouts left.
This hurts them right now. That is a shame.
Clock stops at 4 seconds. Grace has to get it inbounds. Does to Blaylock.
1-on-1 or 2. That
The
could be
clock
close.
did not move, Bill.
That's a break, but I'll tell you what happened. Billy Tubbs going to fire that timekeeper. What happened is the ball bounced in the lane, Tim, and Pittsburgh lost 3 or 4 seconds before it was thrown out of bounds. Then they stopped it to inbound it at 4, and Billy wants to know, this guy may be working a little further out of state.
Great game here. Don't forget coming up, Purdue-Louisville, another one. And Billy wants more time taken off the clock.
He's not going by that line. The clock doesn't move. Now, there's at least 2 seconds, right? But the timer looks for the official for the signal. Obviously, the referee did not put his hand down to start play. No timeouts for Pitt, so they go to half court and take a flyer quickly.
They've got Jason Matthews standing at midcourt right now. And Oklahoma counters with Seeger and Grace. Now Miller comes back and joins him. Blaylock hits his first one.
Now this one gives them the extra assurance in case of a three-pointer.
85-83 Oklahoma. Blaylock, 85% free throw shooter. He hits it.
They got to gamble and go to half court now. Oh, I think this helps Pitt.
I think it helps Pitt as well. Oklahoma leads by 3. 4 seconds remain in the ball game, and it's an Oklahoma timeout. So why would Billy take that? Just to set the defense?
I'm sure he saw the two people at half court, maybe not used to it, wants to set the defense. But I thought he had the hammer there, you know, force them to throw something without any preparation. It's a gamble, whatever Pitt does, no question. But the timeout certainly gives Pitt an edge in the sense of knowing exactly what they'd like to do to get the three-pointer.
Now, Pittsburgh wants to get the ball up quickly, obviously. They'd like to have the long pass so that no time is taken off the clock, so the shooter will at least have time to set and go with it.
I think what you'll see is something to half court and then right down the sideline or cross court to the far corner, depending on what side they bring it down. I don't think you'll see much in the middle of the floor.
4 seconds, though. Obviously, you won't have too much time if they can't get the long baseball pass.
Well, if they had the extra timeout, it'd be great. They could throw it to half court. Maybe the clock wouldn't move again. The timer would have that arthritis of the finger. Set it up again, so that hurts them not having that extra one.
Don't forget, coming up after this game, Purdue and Louisville. Pretty liking that one.
Well, they switched. They put an extra second on the clock. Excuse me. Well, the way
They did. They just
changed it. And Norm Law's being called up to represent Paul Evans and Mike Anderson, two assistants. And then Tubbsy got his way now. He's coming over to make sure. He'll bring the timer back.
There's the clock. You see the 3 seconds. When this timeout was called, there was 4 seconds on the clock. There's Jerry Donaghy, the official from the Atlantic Coach Conference, explaining to both coaches.
See, Paul's checking in now. He's looking for the 4th second. He was just made aware of it. They're going to go to the 4.
Jerry's going to add the other second. They do. The crowd doesn't like it.
Well, the timer figured he wanted to keep his job, so he listened to Tubbs. He's not going to see Evans for another year or two. They got the big guys at half court. This is their hash mark play.
Gore brings it in.
The guards take off. The postmen come up.
Smith throws it away. The game's over.
Well-designed play. Came up empty. And Oklahoma's defense has to be congratulated.
For Bill Raftery, I'm Tim Brandt saying so long from Norman, Oklahoma, with the final score is Oklahoma 86, Pittsburgh 83. Be sure to stay tuned to CBS Sports as NCAA basketball continues with the Purdue Boilermakers taking on the Louisville Cardinals. NCAA basketball has been a presentation of CBS Sports, home of the NCAA championship.